we're live. Okay.
Says poor connection. We're live.
We're live on this.
And we're live on both of them.
Did you restart?
No.
Okay. Too late.
All right, what's going on, guys? It's me, Junior. I got the one and only Nikki Yost right here, and I got Andrea Mueller as well to help us with the questions that we're gonna have today. If you guys have any, which I'm sure you guys do, because I get asked all the time questions. So we're gonna wait a few minutes for the people to come in, and we'll see what questions people got.
So I'm Andrea. I've been recruiting for 3 years, and I've been at Prime for 6 years.
And I'm Nikki. I'm a new recruiter, but I've been at Prime almost 3 years.
And I work with Nikki. We just got Andrea just to help us.
Keep us
I
in
just wanted
shape.
to be famous.
All right, Tavares, how you doing?
Hi, Tavares.
All
You guys
right.
got any questions for us?
You know, it's crazy. They usually got all these questions.
We were promised questions, so
All right, first question coming out of YouTube is from John Marshall. Can I get off disability and come to Prime?
So typically with Prime, we're looking for job stability before you join on with us, because you are going to sign a 1-year contract to drive for Prime, and they want to make sure that they're making a good investment and you're going to stick it out for that year. So if you do have over 1 year of unemployment in the last 3 years, you'll just want to fill out an application and give us a call. We'll have to have a manager review your specific situation, and we'll see if we can work with you.
All right, the next question is from Damon Salinas. Do I need my hazmat on my license in order to work at Prime?
You do not to start with us. The only endorsement that we require is your tanker endorsement.
I want to go over the road thinking that I love you guys. I want to say Prime is an amazing
I
let
love
you
you
know.
too.
It says from Just the Trucker. Can I come to Prime straight out of trucking school?
Yes.
If you're coming from the trucking school, you want to make sure you're joining Prime within 45 days. If you join us as your first company, we can provide tuition reimbursement of $1,500, and there won't be a contract that you have to sign with us. You'll do a 3-day orientation in Pittston, Pennsylvania, Salt Lake City, Utah, or Springfield, Missouri. You buy your bus ticket, hotel stay, and 3 meals per day. And then after that orientation, you will go out with a trainer for 40,000 team training miles. They are paid $600 per week for the first 5 weeks and $700 per week after that. And then you'll get into your own truck.
Okay, we got a question on the Facebook side from Sean Ostering. How long is training if I have 1 year already? Are you referring to 1 year over the road or 1 year experience truck driving?
Hi, Mark. If you have 6 months or more tractor trailer experience in the last year, you wouldn't have to do any training with Prime before you can get into your own truck.
Okay, let me see. From Germ, Texas. Is El Paso, Texas within Prime's hiring area?
Unfortunately, it's not.
It is
Not
not.
at this time.
Why?
There's just not enough freight out of that area, so we
not
try to hire
profitable.
only from places where we can get drivers home at least every 3 to 4 weeks at a time.
All right, let me see. Over the road team, thanks. All right, Sean said thanks.
So Sean, yeah, you're good to go. You just do a 3-day orientation, and then you could get right into a company truck or a lease truck. If you have a year of experience, you would start at 42 cents per mile as a refrigerated solo driver in a full-size truck, and 47 cents if you are in a lightweight truck.
All right. A question from YouTube. It says, Big Ozzy, do you guys have dedicated in Southern California?
Sorry, I blinked. I was looking at Mark's question. Hey Mark, I'm jealous that you're in Belize. Have fun scuba diving. We do not have anything dedicated out of the west side of the U.S. at all. Everything is going to be over the road, unfortunately. So anything is going to be out 3 to 4 weeks at a time with us. Pretty much Missouri and over right now.
All right. Another question from Damon Salinas. Once I get my tank endorsement and I go to and I go to Prime, how much money will I be making with y'all, and will I be able to do solo?
You can definitely do solo. Basically, you just need to fill out an application. We'll look at your work history and see exactly how much training you need. That's how our pay is based off is your training.
All right, we got a question on the Facebook side from
Gene. He used to drive for Prime.
Gene
He's an alum.
Cody.
Hey Gene, the current cents per mile for a new driver entering our company with experience is starting at 41 cents for a refrigerated solo driver in a full-size truck. It's 5 cents more if you're in a lightweight truck, so it's 46 cents per mile, 43 cents for flatbed, and 48 cents for tanker.
All right, there's a question on the YouTube side. Let me see.
Contract.
Yeah, it says
Hey, Amanda.
The question is from Sean Nash. If I'm on another contract with another company and I want to come to Prime, am I able to? I got about 2 weeks OTR and about 1,500 miles.
So if this is a question we get a lot of companies have contracts. You'll just want to give us a call. We should be able to help you out. We can't buy out your contract or pay it off for you. That's between you and the company. You just need to work that out with them. But we may be able to help you out. Give us a call. Go ahead and apply. If you're coming in with that little of experience, anything 3 months or less, you will go ahead and do 40,000 team training miles with one of our experienced drivers. And the reason we have you do so much, sounds like you're starting over, but you know, Prime does it a little bit differently than all the rest of the companies, and we want to make sure you're safe and confident before you get into your own truck.
All right, let me see if I got any other questions on the YouTube side.
Yes, we have female trainers.
From Angel Pool, do y'all have any female trainers?
Yes.
All right.
We love our female drivers.
Highway Diamonds.
Highway Diamonds.
We're not biased at all.
No.
What is the best advice you have? Let me see. Is there a question over there? Let me see.
Alan, hey. Alan is also in Belize with Mark.
Oh,
Lucky
wow.
Ducks are scuba diving, or they're headed that way. Hey Bobby, it's in the tanker division. Yeah, if you're in Decatur, Indiana, Bellevue, Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio, those are great opportunities for our tanker division. We have lease opportunities out of that area, and you would get home multiple times per week, if not daily.
All right, question there was here is from Savokivo. How long is the process before you start training at Prime?
So for our program, here is this notification. For our training program, you actually just do a 4-day orientation, and then you're going to get paired up right away and head on the road with a trainer, typically on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday after orientation. So our training program is not like a CDL school. We want you to get real-world experience hauling real freight. So you're actually going to go right out on the road after that first week of orientation.
All right, another question over here on the YouTube side is there, from Ray Peak 2006, are you guys dedicated in anything out of upstate New York?
We have a few options out of New York. We have a regional refrigerated and flatbed division and tanker option. Tanker is probably going to be your best bet. We have tanker freight that comes out of Newark, New Jersey, that port there, and that would get you home multiple times per week, probably every other day or so, with you being out of New York. We also have the flatbed division. Their regional drivers get home every 1 to 2 weeks, and we have refrigerated that gets home every 2 to 3 weeks.
All right. There's a Facebook question from Domingo Fuentes Jr. Is it still permit from home, or you give out the permit? Do you get the permit here at the terminal?
If you come to orientation here in Springfield, you do have to wait and get your permit here. That's just a Missouri DMV law regulation that they just want you to wait and get they don't accept out-of-state permits, basically. Now, if you go to orientation in Salt Lake City, you do have to get your CDL permit and your DOT physical ahead of time.
Man. All right. We got another question on the YouTube side. Pretty Boy 8108. How often is orientation? Say I finish school on a Wednesday, and when can I get over there? I could buy my own plane ticket to your facility.
So for CDL school graduates, we have orientation starting every Monday in all 3 of our facilities, Springfield, Salt Lake, and Pittston, Pennsylvania. So if you apply today and you're graduating on Wednesday, you could get in next week. It's a 2 to 3 day approval process.
All right, and as far as the plane ticket, because I know I've heard people get the plane tickets or take the bus ride. How does that work?
We cover the bus ticket 100%. If they want to get their rental car or a plane ticket, we will cover the amount of the bus ticket. So usually, you know, they're about $150 to $200 is what we pay for a bus ticket.
The only kicker to that is that if you're coming in as a prime student driver, we can't reimburse you until you become an official employee, which is when you get your CDL. So we can't reimburse until about a month in.
Really?
Yeah,
So I
it's just the way.
sat on that bus for 33 hours? What?
It's not that bad.
Sorry, I've heard it's really fun.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Let me see. Does Prime
Aw.
from class A? Does Prime have any yards out of California, drop yards or yards they can leave the cars, trucks parked? Yeah, they got one in Fontana. That's about the closest one that you guys could do. You know what I mean?
And if a lot of people ask this question, you know, how am I gonna get home for home time? During training, your trainer will drop you off at your home or near your home. And once you get into your own truck, with Prime, you actually just take your truck home. So if you don't have a place that's near you that you can legally park it, you'll just work with your fleet manager and find a nearby location, like a customer, shipper, truck stop, something like that, where you can park it.
Just the trucker, Prime starting pay is
The starting pay for new drivers coming out of training is going to be 41 cents and up.
all right.
And then
So-
Mark State, what's the current trainee pay for students coming through the program? It's going to be $700 per week, guaranteed as long as you're able to drive once you get your CDL. For that first phase with your permit, which takes about 1 month, you're not going to get paid, but you do get a $200 loan each week to spend on food and living costs, and then we cover your bus ticket, hotel stay, 3 meals per day for
And then-
orientation.
Do I have to pay the 200 back?
You do have to pay the $200 back. It is a loan, but it is interest-free. You only pay back the amount that you borrow, so it's $25 per week out of your paycheck once you start getting paid until it's paid off.
Savico on YouTube, yes, before taxes. So Uncle Sam still got to get his
Yeah.
cut. 23 Morales, is the tanker endorsement mandatory when I go?
Yes, we do have everybody get the tanker endorsement, and that causes a lot of confusion. The reason we have you get the tanker endorsement is because in the refrigerated division and the tanker division you need it. For refrigerated, anytime you're hauling bulk liquid totes in the refrigerated trailer, if they're over a certain amount of liquid, you have to legally have a tanker endorsement because the trailer can act like a tanker trailer and shift in its weight. Yeah. So we have everybody go ahead and get it just in case you want to switch divisions later on.
All right,
And then
question.
You have one over here.
Okay, from who?
Angel. The tanker division starting pay rate is going to be 48 cents per mile. And then they also have, all of our divisions have lease opportunities, and it's 71% for tanker, 72% for flatbed and refrigerated.
So tanker division gets 48 cents per mile on the
Right.
company side.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Let me see. I got a question over here from Matt B. If you have high blood pressure but it's under control, is that an issue?
If you can pass a DOT physical, then it should be fine.
All right. Let me see.
The pay for experienced drivers, it's going to go up from obviously those ones that I said. You'll just want to get with your recruiter. You can call us even before you apply, and we can take a look at what you have experience-wise, and then let you know what your pay rate is. Typically, it only goes up 1 or 2 cents for each division, and we do cap it out after a couple years of experience. But we do have additional incentives on top of that for fuel mileage, safety, and service. Fuel mileage can go up to an additional 8.2 cents per mile.
What's that, man?
Let's see.
We're on live. No, you
We
good.
have
man.
fans.
Autographs later.
Out of YouTube, is there a regional out of West Point, Georgia?
We do not have anything regional or dedicated out of Georgia, unfortunately. Everything's OTR right now, out 3 to 4 weeks at a time. One is from Connecticut. How will home time work? Yeah, you'll just take the truck home with you. So out of the Northeast, there's a ton of freight. You can get home, even more than the home time that we typically quote, because you may be able to get through on a 10-hour break or 34-hour restart with your truck.
All right.
There's a good one. MR Vanez. We do not require a high school diploma. Basically what we're looking for is stable work history, a good motor vehicle record, and for the most part, a clear criminal history. We do look at every applicant on a case-to-case basis.
From Jay Martinez, does Prime cover fueling? They do cover the fueling on the company side. If you're leased, obviously you'll be the one paying for the fuel. Let me see. There's so many miles we hit through.
Mark State asked, what is the maximum home time allowed for company drivers? 5 weeks for 5 days, 6, 7. The max for company drivers is typically going to be 4 days in a row. If there's a situation where you need more time, you'll have to talk to your fleet manager to see if they can allow that. The goal is to keep those company trucks continuously running. Our owner is very aware of the cost of a sitting truck, just like most drivers are. So I want to make sure that we continue to bring profit to that truck and to the driver.
And there's a question about the lease payments. Jason Anderson on Facebook, what's the lease payments? It all depends on the truck that you get, you know, and the year. So
yep. They range from what, 900 to
1,000.
Yeah, 800 to 1,000 is what. And you can look at that information on our website. There's a success leasing tab, and you can click on that, and it'll show you our inventory, and it gives you a breakdown of the truck's miles, their year, the estimated payments. It's a great resource.
Let me see. Angel Hammer Down McKay. I haul cattle for 3 years in my tanker endorsement. What is the training to get on the tanker with y'all?
It would depend on if that is tractor trailer experience or not. You'll just want to give us a call. We can let you know what your training would be. If it's straight truck, then you may have to do some training with us. But just give us a call and we can take a look at it.
Really?
Low battery.
All right, yeah, no high school diploma required, just steady job history. What's the company we see? Wrong channel service.
Mark, 2 shameless plugs already. Mark does have a lot of resources. Check out his Facebook page.
Juan Mingo is on Facebook, says, Junior, when I go, I want you as my trainer. Man, I can't promise anything when you come here because I don't know where I'll be at as far as students go. Whenever you do decide to come, all I can say is just, you know, stay in touch and, you know, in touch with me on Facebook and whatnot, and then we'll go from there, man. Let me see.
We do have some automatic trucks. Eric, I think it's like 30% of our fleet, somewhere around there. That may not be completely accurate, but we do have some, but the majority of our fleet is still manuals.
All right.
And they're 10 speeds. We're slowly shifting over the next 3 years. So you'll hear some people say, oh, Prime's automatic. We're shifting that way, but we still have, it's less than 2,000 of our over 6,000 trucks are going to be 10-speed standard transmission. So we're training everyone on standards so that way they can get into either truck.
Christopher Bertz on YouTube says, have a home in Connecticut and Florida. Looking for a starter company. Will I be able to choose my home time here or there? Thanks.
It would just depend on where in Florida. So if it's below Lake Okeechobee, then typically you're not going to be able to get home there. We don't have a lot of freight to go to that area. But if it's above that, then yeah, you could choose. You can choose really anywhere across the United States as long as it's near some of our shippers and receivers.
All right. Paul Guas, after I start orientation on Monday, how soon can I expect to be home for the first time? I would say, well, I would say it all depends on the trainer, really.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It depends on the trainer and his home time schedule. From what I hear, you know, if he's going home in 3 to 4 weeks, then he'll drop you off by your house for a few days and then pick you back up. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I was looking
the goal is to get everybody through that first phase of non-paid training, so that way you don't have any lapse of skill or time there. Get you to your CDL exam and then get you home for your first home time. So it could be up to 6 to 8 weeks, but a lot of students get home more to that 3 to 4 week mark.
All right. Juan Mingo had another question over here. It says, if you get a trainer with an auto, how will the CDL test work?
So I've had a few of my recruits have this happen, and they kind of panic. They're like, I don't know what this means, but you'll go out and go ahead and do your 2 to 4 weeks. You have to have your permit for at least 14 days before you can take the CDL exam. So you'll be out there for a minimum of 2 weeks on the road, up to a maximum of 4 weeks. And when you come back to test, you and your trainer will borrow one of our available standard transmission trucks, and you'll finish up your training there. And you also will get training on the 10-speed standard transmission on our driver simulators and orientation. And so you'll start with those skills, you'll follow up, and then the students that I have had who have been in that situation have had no problem passing.
All right, a question from Rob. He said, is there anything dedicated or local, regional out of Florida?
Is that you can read Spanish?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we don't have anything dedicated or local out of Florida. I'll answer that. I can read Spanish.
You can?
No.
Oh, I was like,
All right, another question from Jay Martinez is, what about benefits for wife and kids?
Yep, full company benefits after
90 days.
90 days.
We use Anthem, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. If you check out our website, driveforprime.com, there's actually a page about benefits and it goes over the information, or you can ask your recruiter to send you a packet. We have a packet that goes over all of our benefits and the rates. So you can go ahead and see those before you make your choice.
And then I've seen a couple questions over here about lease flatbed in California. That's a great opportunity for California residents.
Okay, okay. Let me see here.
Angel, how do I get started? Give Nikki a call.
Yeah, fill out an application. My name's Nikki.
Tell her you've seen her on YouTube and
Yes.
Facebook.
If I'm unavailable or you get talking to another recruiter, all the recruiters here at Prime are wonderful. Everybody will help you. We all help each other. So, go to driveforprime.com, fill out that application, and one of us will get you through the process and get you started.
The pay for flatbed company side is
43 cents a mile plus your TARP pay.
43 cents per mile plus TARP pay.
So TARP pay can range from $50 to $150 per week. With the flatbed side with Prime, you are going to buy your equipment, so it is worth about $3,000 to $3,500, and we'll break those up in installments. Usually the TARP pay or securement pay will even out the equipment pay. And the reason you buy that is because we want you to have skin in the game, make sure you return that equipment in good condition, take care of it, and you can sell it back to the company or take it with you if you decide to leave.
All right, 23-year-old Morales says, hey, Junior, I also forgot to ask, what's the policy for a driver on driving record? I have a ticket from 2014 operating without a valid license.
That would probably be fine. We basically look at everybody on a case-to-case basis. If you have more than 3 moving violations or accidents in the last 3 years, that might be a deal breaker. We're looking for the safest possible drivers out there, but you could always fill out an application and we could take a look at it.
All right, let me see. On Facebook,
Have fun, Mark.
Savich is calling, man.
So jealous.
All right, there's a question over here that says, if you go company, do you get to choose the truck model and color?
So it depends on what's available in our inventory. The goal is to get you into a truck as soon as possible once you're ready to upgrade into your own truck. I want to make sure that you can start running and making money. So we don't want you waiting around for a specific truck or color, but usually there's anywhere from 3, 5, 10, sometimes there's 20 trucks available. It just depends on the inventory and what's coming into our fleet. So usually there's several different color options. And like I know last week I was looking for one of my drivers and there was a Freightliner, International, and Peterbilt all available at the same week.
Thanks, Tony.
All right.
Usually we have mostly Freightliners, so.
Levi Kaiser's got a question on the Facebook side. Do y'all have to have a CDL prior to hiring, or can the company provide training?
Heck yeah, we provide training. We would love to train you. Everyone always asks that, and I don't know how it's not more well known, but our training program we think is the best in the industry.
Yes.
We have the highest starting pay rate, we have the best trainers, and we're the coolest company for sure. Highest starting pay rates, good equipment, we have an awesome owner.
There's a question over here that says, if I have my sleep machine already back home, do I have to get another one when I come to Prime? I see that was before this.
Yeah, no, not necessarily. If you have a CPAP machine, sleep apnea, you'll just want to let your recruiter know. We want to make sure you have 30 days of compliance of at least 70%, and they'll have you fax a report so that way you don't get here and have an issue. You'll fax it to the sleep lab that we work with, and you can bring your machine. As long as it has a downloadable card where we can read the results off of it.
Let me see, tengo licencia, tengo que hacer training o no. Freddy, no, you don't have, no tiene que hacer el training, solo tiene que verificar la experiencia. He was asking about if he's already got his CDL, does he have to do the training? I said, as long as you got verifiable experience,
Yeah. If you have 6 months or more, you don't have to do any training. If you have less than that, then we'll put you through paid training. But it goes by very
Y'all
quickly.
looking at me like...
I'm like, where are you?
He's showing off with that Spanish. He's showing off.
I took 3 years of Spanish in high school and I know nothing.
All right, question on
Margarita?
Facebook, Levi Kaiser. What about criminal record?
That is on typically a case-by-case basis. You can definitely apply. Just call a recruiter and they can go over. If you don't qualify now, nothing's forever. Just give us a call. We can tell you when you would qualify if you don't qualify at this time.
All right, question from Carlos Melendez. So does going to truck driving school only show you how to get your CDL, like going to a trucking company?
You have too many questions.
trucking company that has a job on training, what advice do you have for me on that? Well, yeah, okay.
So, well, I'll say from our side, internally, we started the Prime Student Driver Program in 2002 because we only hired CDL school graduates at that time, and we kept finding I wasn't here yet. I didn't come until 2011 to Prime, but the company kept having to have their trainers basically retrain everybody coming from a CDL school because you don't get so few real-world skills when you're at a CDL school. You're only trained during the day usually, and it's usually local driving. They help you get your CDL for sure, but we just wanted to create our own program. That way we could help our drivers and kind of skip a step there.
And that's that's the reason why I would say go to the company that's going to give you training, because it's like on the job training. Yeah, on the job training. Unlike just doing local driving, you're actually doing back in between, other trucks, dock and everything. So you're like working and getting paid, while in training. So
yeah. And CDL school, some people want to stay local and go ahead and get that done while they're working at another job, and that's totally fine. We do hire CDL school graduates all the time, every week. We offer tuition reimbursement of $1,500. It's $500 per week for the first, or per month for the first 3 months you're here. But we would love to get you started here. It's just $155. You sign a contract. As long as you work the year, you don't pay anything else for training.
And if you leave before the year, it's
$4,375.
$4,375 if you leave before the year. What if it's 6 months? What if you do 6 months?
They used to have where it was prorated, but they do not have that anymore.
So it is not prorated.
Yeah.
Which is still thousands cheaper than other schools. I won't name any names, but I've heard some people call in and say it's like $8,000. Yeah, $8,000 to $10,000 for CDL training.
All right, Tamika had a question over here on the Facebook side. Says, if you served in the Army as an 88M transportation, do you guys take that in consideration?
We used to. You'll just have to give us a call. They'll take a look at what you did, where you drove. Usually they'll still want to put you through training because our trucks are just a little bit differently usually than the military's, but you can definitely give us a call. We'll look at what you have and see if we can skip training, but usually they're gonna have you training.
Now, the year contract that Prime has, is it different from for military vets?
Yeah. If you have military experience and it's verifiable, then we will reduce your contract to 9 months.
9 months. All right. Question in here from Jared Myers on YouTube. It says, what if someone has been on disability but has been released to work?
I would just tell them to fill out the application. If you can pass your DOT physical and you're cleared to go back to work, we'll look at, we do look at work history for the last 3 years. So we'll look at that. We'll just take an overall picture, or look at the overall picture of the applicant.
Oh man. Kentucky, Indiana.
The only regional or dedicated, somebody asked if we have anything out of Kentucky or Indiana. We have the tanker opportunity for lease drivers out of Decatur, Indiana, Sandusky, Ohio, Bellevue, Sandusky, yeah. But we don't have anything out of Kentucky.
All right, question over here says,
we do pay him for his referrals, so put him on your application, he'll get credit.
Junior Honduras,
plenty of money.
driver code Maturo, M-A-T-U-R-O. All right, says, question from Brutus Palmyra. So if I have my CDL no experience, do I need to sign a commitment contract? If so, for how long?
If that you have CDL, if you're
He's got a CDL, yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming from a CDL school within 45 days to 90 days, 45 days or less, you will not have to sign a contract. If it's 45 to 90 or more, you most likely will be signing a contract.
Sorry, I get caught up reading these.
I know. What's the time out to home ratio? For the majority of our drivers, it's out 3 to 4 weeks at a time, and then you get 3 to 4 days at home. It's 1 day of home time for every week that you're out. And it's not a lifestyle that everybody can handle, so we do try to be upfront with that and let you know, if you call us, that's probably the first thing we're going to say. We don't want to falsely bring anybody in.
All right, Class A says, does Prime have drive cams in the trucks?
I think some do.
It's voluntary. We've done some test runs, some trials. We've definitely looked at, putting them in all the trucks. But right now, we just don't think that outfitting our whole fleet with them is worth the cost. But we do encourage our drivers to go ahead and get their own. There's been so many times where our drivers' cameras, their dash cams, have helped them out and when they're clearly in the right and that dash cam just proves it. So we definitely encourage them.
All right, Facebook's got a question from Rob Wells. Can a driver run certain region?
We do have some regional options. There's a few of them. Most are going to be east of Missouri. Where are you from, Rob?
Rob Wells. Let me see, and then Jason Anderson. Yes, we can see your posts.
Sorry. We're trying to do YouTube and Facebook, so we're a little bit disconnected here.
She wasn't.
What's the pay rate? And do you have freight out of
Atlanta, Georgia?
Atlanta. We definitely have freight out of Atlanta. Everything out of Atlanta, Georgia is going to be OTR out 3 to 4 weeks at a time. And the starting pay rates are 41 cents and up. Check out driveforprime.com for all the information on our pay rates. We try to be very transparent about everything and put it on our website.
Mississippi, yes, we hire out of Mississippi.
Tamika Jones asked, does Tanker run all 48?
No, they're going to primarily stay east of the Mississippi River. Most of our customers are going to be based out of the northeast, Savannah, Georgia, and Decatur, Indiana area. We do occasionally go to Texas or California, but we don't hire from those areas.
All right, from Daniel Alejandro Morit. If I sign a contract for a year, do I have to be a company driver?
No, you can be a company driver or a lease driver as soon as you're done with training. So training takes about 3 to 4 months, and then it's your decision.
All
We
right.
usually suggest 6 months as a company driver before you jump into a lease or more, but it's totally up to you.
All right, Damian Salinas. How long will it take for my application to get accepted with Prime?
Well, we do verify all work history for the past 3 years. We run background reports, check your motor vehicle record. Typically, that process takes about 24 to 48 hours, depending on how quickly your employers respond.
What is that?
Birds.
Attack of the birds. Okay, we're risking our lives. to check on this.
All right, Tamika Jones. How does the referral program work? I have an uncle who has been with you guys 10 years.
Just list them on your application. If you want.
Got disconnected. All right, there we
Okay.
go. Really?
We're falling apart, guys. I'd say we got about 2 more questions. It's almost 4.
2 more questions, huh?
I got a meeting.
All right.
And we're
let's
going to
see.
get attacked by birds here.
Let me see.
If you have sleep
problem,
apnea,
Tamika.
high blood pressure, that's from MD. If you're compliant on that, your blood pressure's under control, you can pass your DOT physical, you should be in good shape.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, but if you have any questions about medical, we have some information listed on our website, primeinc.com, about medical qualifications. You can always go Google it to see if there will be any issues. But you can also ask your recruiter, and sometimes we can have the doctor's office go ahead and call you once you get cleared to answer any of those burning questions.
No, I had a phone call coming in, so it got disconnected.
Popular.
All right, last question, man, because you know, we're gonna do this again sometime again in the future. You know, this is the first time doing it. We want to see what kind of feedback we're gonna get. Last question is: I have 18 months with driving a CDL class. Can I qualify?
Well, yeah, just fill out an application. We'll take a look at your work history, motor vehicle, and background. We'll let you know right then if you meet all the qualifications to work for Prime.
All right, guys. Whenever you call Nikki or talk to Andrea, just tell her you guys seen it on the video, and we did the live on YouTube or on Facebook, and then she will get you right. Any questions you get with her, Nikki Yost. This is Nikki Yost right here.
And I can play backup. I help with, I do recruit some. My name is Andrea, but I also help with our marketing and advertising. So.
And I did just see one more question that's very good. I'm not for sure who
Oh,
it's from.
are they single?
We're not single. And we're handfuls, so.
I don't want us.
But you do have to be 21 to work for Prime. I've seen that question asked a few times, so you'd have to be 21.
Okay, along with that question, can I fill out the application before I'm 21?
No.
The system only allows you to fill it out once you're in the month you turn 21.
Yeah.
And
All
we
right.
can't bring you in until you are 21.
How long is the application good for?
It's good
30
for
days.
30 days, so they'll have to update it, log back in, update everything after that 30-day mark.
Brooks Morris, you getting the new 2018 freight litters? Yes, we'll be getting them this summer. It should be coming in.
Hi,
late
Kevin.
July,
Thanks for
late.
being with us for 4 years. Yes, Brooks, 21 for CDL.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it.
Bye.
Again, when you call Nikki Yost or talk to Andrea Mueller, just tell her you've seen it on YouTube Live or Facebook Live, and they'll get you right. And if you have any other questions, give them a call. I'm gonna put a link in the description, link to the application in the description of the video. All right, so that's it, guys. Again, we're gonna do this again sometime in the near future. They wasn't expecting this many questions. I told
We're
him.
gonna cut it off at 10 minutes, but he said
she
that
wanted
was
to do
too
10
short.
minutes. I said 10 minutes. What are we gonna answer? 2 questions?
We're a bit nervous, so.
Thank you, Dane Silver.
So again, now you can put a face to Nikki Yost, the name, my recruiter, the one I work
Apparently,
with.
I'm not important. Whatever.
Andrea Mueller, the backup. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope we try to answer as much as we could. We'll do it again. I promise you guys.
You gotta
We'll do
get
it.
back on the phone so we can answer your calls.
Exactly. Exactly. Bye.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.